The Chicago Bulls have a huge offensive night and beat the Washington Wizards. We're going to be talking about the key takeaways from tonight's game. This is your host, Rico Greenhowe, and you have found yourself on another episode of Bulls Digest. And so today, the Chicago Bulls beat the Washington Wizards 138 to 105. I think some of the key takeaways from this game overall is that the Chicago Bulls, well, they have their largest win of the season with this point total. And also, too, Zach LaVine was absolutely spectacular. He has now had 5 straight games of 30 points. And the Chicago Bulls had 9 threes in the third, so just a terrific offensive output today. But let's go ahead and jump into the box score and look at some of the key takeaways from tonight's game. And so let's start with Zach LaVine. I think that just looking at the starters first and looking at the MVPs out of the starting lineup, it starts with Zach LaVine and Vooch. But with Zach LaVine, just from the start of the game, I mean, he was getting dunks. And I mean, essentially, he really set the tone for the Chicago Bulls early. And I mean, he was hitting step backs. I mean, he was giving the Washington Wizards just a full barrage of offensive moves and things like that. So he was on fire out there, and he continues to play well. He continues to play at a good pace, and it's not like he's forcing the action as well. And so he was plus 34 in the plus minus box score, but 33 points. He had 3 assists. He had 5 rebounds in this one. And look, he played some great defense as well. He was 14 of 21 from the field and also had a steal, but numerous defensive sequences out there for Zach LaVine that looked good. Next up for Vooch. And so Vooch, look, he was terrific again today for us. 23 points. He had 2 blocks, but he had 6 assists in this game along with 13 rebounds. He was a plus 29. And I love the fact that he regained the 3-point shooting again with the 4 of 6 from downtown. He struggled there against the Pacers, only getting 9 shots, but he was 9 of 12 today. So he was efficient, knocking down the 3 ball. And so this is the Vooch that we know, the Vooch that we've been seeing all season. So once again, both of those players playing at an all-star level. So next up, Josh Giddey. And so Josh Giddey definitely, what I loved about Josh Giddey defensively, there was one sequence where Josh Giddey knocks the ball away, comes back, gets a great contest at the free throw line that leads to a miss. The Chicago Bulls are off to the races there. He also played some good post defense. I think we got matched up on Alex Sarr as well. So defensively, Josh Giddey has definitely turned the page. And quietly, 12 points, 7 assists, 13 rebounds today. He had 3 steals. So just talking about his defensive effort tonight, plus 23 in the plus minus box score. He was 5 of 11 from the field, and he was 2 of 4 from the 3-point line as well. So Josh Giddey, a very solid night tonight and very good on the defensive end. Next up, I think that just looking at Patrick Williams, he obviously was the player that struggled for the Chicago Bulls tonight. I'm not sure what it is with Patrick Williams. He struggled over the last couple games. And once again, I mean, it's just he's missing some easy stuff at the rim, some easy bunnies and things like that. There was one play where he literally got the rebound, and he was right there at the basket, and he just missed it. And so Patrick Williams continues to struggle there. He did have 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. He had 0 blocks. He finished with a plus 8, but he was 1 of 8 from the field. And again, Patrick Williams just really continues to struggle. And so next up, Coby White. So Coby White, even though he just had 15 points tonight, I thought that he played very well. 15 points. He had 6 assists. He had 4 rebounds. He was plus 11. I think he played at a good pace. He was 5 of 12 from the field, and he knocked down some 3-point shots. But I can see the confidence with Coby White, and I certainly think that he's turned a page now with his offensive game. And I think that you're going to start to see more and more of that kind of trickle into the rest of his game, because we know he's very active as far as getting steals and things like that. But I think that this was a solid night for Coby White, a lot of confidence for him. So now we move to the bench. And so with the bench, there were 2, I think, MVP performances from the bench. And it starts with Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith came into the game, and he really established himself early. I mean, he was knocking down 3-point shots. He was beating Valanciunas down the floor. I mean, he made Valanciunas look very bad as a defender. So Jalen Smith took advantage, 15 points. He had 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block. He was +3. I'm loving the activity of Jalen Smith. And so even though, he struggled a bit shooting the 3 ball this season, comparatively speaking to last season, the shots have looked good. They at some point are going to fall, but Jalen Smith is certainly trending in the right direction. Very strong performance off the bench. Next up, Lonzo. Look, there had to be 5 Lonzos out there, as Stacey King would say during the broadcast. He was terrific. He was stealing the basketball whenever a big or a player would turn their back. Then the next thing you know, Zoe is getting the steal, and so he had 3 of those tonight. He had a block shot, and he was knocking down the 3-point shot tonight. He had it locked, and so it was nothing but net for Zoe tonight. And, clearly, I guess he's maybe turned a page with that wrist injury. I think that may have been affecting his follow-through. I think that was something that's talked about. But his jumper looked crisp tonight. 12 points. He had the 3 rebounds, the 6 assists. He was doing a great job distributing the basketball, And then plus 14 on 22 minutes. So Zoe was huge for us off the bench. I think that he kept the momentum going, and defensively, he continues to provide a punch for us. And so next up, Modest Buzelis. And so Modest Buzelis, 8 points tonight, 3 rebounds. He was plus 13, 16 minutes. Would have loved to see him play some more, but 2 blocks. And so, again, you can see defensively, he understands, and I think that as he gets stronger, his on-ball defense is going to be there. And so I just see some flashes from Modest Buzelis that suggest that he's going to be a very good player once he continues to get some minutes. But more importantly, look, the confidence is still there, even though the minutes have been down a little bit. 2 of 3 from the 3-point line, 3 of 4 from the field. Love the activity from Modest Buzelis, and he gave us a nice little poster dunk in the open court. So I love that about Modest. How about THT? Look, he got the guaranteed contract, 12 points, 3 assists, 1 steal, plus 13, played with a ton of confidence on the offensive end. 5 of 8 from the field, so THT, big off the bench for us tonight. We also had Javon Carter come in and give us 4. Dalen Terry, a rebound and an assist there. And then Julian Phillips, some good energy. 2 points, 2 rebounds. He was plus 10 for us, but a solid team effort tonight for the Chicago Bulls. And I think that really shows because they had 39 assists tonight. So the Bulls were really doing a great job as far as sharing the basketball, getting some open looks. In fact, they had 21 assists in the first half, which tied the season high. So the Chicago Bulls did some great things as far as playing team ball. And so as we go to the team stats, some of the key takeaways tonight, the Bulls 55 to 45 as far as rebounds are concerned. So we did a great job as far as hitting the boards. Turnovers, the Wizards led in that category, 16 to 15. The Bulls still with 15 turnovers, something that you have to make sure that you kind of get that down. But still, we didn't lead that category tonight. We usually do. 24 to 11 in the fast break points, and that is great because we cannot always rely on the 3-point shot. And so if you're getting out, you're running the lanes, this is always a plus. So the Bulls were a huge plus there. As far as points in the paint, the Bulls 52 to 42, they win with points in the paint, so that's a great sign. 11 to 6, the Bulls activity with the steals. 7 to 4, Bulls in blocks. We talked about the 39 assists, which was tremendous. But look at the field goal percentage. And so I led with just the offensive outbursts that the Chicago Bulls had. 55.8% from the field, 46.9% from 3. That is terrific numbers tonight. And I know that we're not always going to shoot the 3 ball like that, but that was fantastic with what the Chicago Bulls did on the offensive end. Then with the Wizards, you see they really struggled. 39.8 from the field, 39.1 from 3. I think Jordan Poole was really their only main source of really offense from out there. So I think he had the best game out of everybody on the Wizards. And then with the free throws, pretty even. 14 times we went to the line, 13 times for the Wizards. both teams knocking down 9 shots here. So let me know in the comments what you think from this recent win against the Washington Wizards. I think that the Chicago Bulls really have a chance now. After this Kings game, maybe they could, possibly be over the 500 mark. We'll see what happens with this. The Bulls do have a chance with these games coming up, but that was a solid game. I think that they had to get their get back against the Wizards, especially after really just not playing well the last time we played the Washington Wizards. So let me know in the comments what you think. I want to thank everybody out there for liking, subscribing, and sharing to the content. It means a lot to us here at Bulls Digest as we try to reach our humble goal of 5,000 subscribers by the end of the NBA season. I want to let you know about 68.8% of you that watch or not subscribe to the channel. So make sure that you go ahead and you slam dunk on that subscribe button like Modest Buzelis. And look, the Chicago Bulls get a good win tonight. Hopefully they can take some of these habits and they can package this up and really spread this across the rest of the season, because I think that that's the bottom line. And we also know that outside of what is going on the court, the Chicago Bulls and the front office really need to have a real plan here. But this was great for the Chicago Bulls. Hopefully we can get another win coming up here on Sunday. Early start against the Sacramento Kings at home. DeMar DeRozan coming back home. So, all right, I'll see you guys on the next one. And as I always say, go Bulls. All right, peace.